Stock markets gave up early gains in a highly volatile session to slip into red and closing at a fresh 11-month low as negative global cues kept up the pressure. Nifty closed 42 points lower at 15,732 after breaching the March low of 15,671. Sensex slipped 153 points to 52,694. Losses were seen in financials, oil and gas and FMCG shares, pulling headline indices lower, but gains in select IT, pharma and metal counters did limit the downside. Broader markets also failed to hold on to intraday gains. Bajaj Auto, IndusInd Bank, Hindalco, ONGC and Tech Mahindra, some of the top losers in today's session, coming up there on your screen. On the other hand, the rupee ended flat, no major change there after hitting a new low yesterday. It's still at that 78 level as investors remain cautious ahead of the US Fed policy decision. The carnage in the crypto market gained momentum with no near-term respite in sight. Top cryptocurrencies suffered the worst price drop of 2022 as Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, Cardano and many others slipped up to 20% today. Let's go across to Sakshi Batra to understand what's leading to this sharp sell-off in cryptos.
Well, that's right, Abha. Crypto markets are facing a huge sell-off. Talk about Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency out there. It also slipped below the $20,000 odd mark in the intraday levels today. From the all-time high levels, Bitcoin has slipped from nearly $69,000 to under $20,000 now. Look at the kind of fall we've seen. It's the biggest drop for Bitcoin in 1 year that we've seen so far. For the top cryptocurrencies as well, the year-to-date fall also ranges anywhere between 50 to 85%. Now, talk about the market value of the entire crypto market. That has slipped below the $1 trillion mark as well. Remember, this market cap was somewhere over $3 trillion back in the month of October. So just in a span of 6 months, we've seen a very, very sharp fall coming in. So what's really leading to this huge sell-off? Well, equity market crash, inflation fears, recession fears, and the aggressive rate hikes, all of them contributing. And plus the huge sell-off over the last 2 to 3 days, we've seen $200 billion worth of cryptocurrencies being sold, all of them contributing to this sharp sell-off.
Thank you for that, Sakshi. Now, wholesale inflation has hit a 30-year high in May. Even as figures released yesterday showed a dip in consumer inflation, WPI continues to march ahead, logging in at 15.88% in May. Inflation was at 15.08% in April and 13.11% a year ago. The price rise has stayed in double digits for 14 months in a row now. While the wholesale prices of food increased by 12.34% in May, non-food articles were up 24.14%. Crude and natural gas prices zoomed nearly 80% versus last year. 1 million jobs in the coming 18 months. That's a promise Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made in the run-up to his third prime ministerial bid in 2024. The promised hiring will fill up long-term vacancies across the central government ministries and their departments. With the announcement comes the same day the Indian Armed Forces got their Agnipath recruitment scheme.
A surprise announcement by Prime Minister Narendra Modi by way of a tweet put out by the Prime Minister's office at 9:27 a.m. this morning. The tweet announced that the Prime Minister had ordered the hiring of 1 million people in a mission mode by December 2023. The announcement comes nearly 2 months after an exercise was undertaken by the Cabinet Secretariat to identify vacancies in the central government.
कि सारे भारत सरकार के डिपार्टमेंट्स में जो पद खाली हैं उनमें भरने का इसको शुरुआत की जाएगी और 18 महीने भी इसलिए रखा गया है कि इसको जल्द से जल्द सभी विभागों को निर्देश दिए गए कि जितनी जल्दी हो सके आपको भर्तियां शुरू करनी है। जैसे मैंने भी अपने डिपार्टमेंट में जाके वापस कितने रोजगार हमारे यहाँ पे खाली हो सकते हैं उनको भरने के लिए जानकारी जुटाकर और उसको आगे बढ़ने के लिए काम करेंगे।
ये दर्शाता है कि नए भारत के निर्माण में अब युवा शक्ति का बहुत बड़ा योगदान होगा। जब युवा शक्ति हमारी सशक्त होती है, जब युवा की क्षमताएं सरकारी कामकाज में आती है तो उसका बहुत बड़ा लाभ होगा।
Business Today TV took a look at the government's replies in the parliament to identify which ministries and departments are the most understaffed. As of 1st March 2020, the central government had 8,72,243 vacant posts out of a sanctioned strength of over 4 million. More than 78,000 recruitments were done in 2020 and 21. Of this, the largest vacancy was in civil defence, where as on March 2020, 2,47,502 posts were vacant. Railways with 2.37 lakh vacancies came next. Ministry of Home Affairs had nearly 1,29,000 vacancies. The other ministries were Post and Revenue.
The jobs announcement will serve a dual purpose. While there will be a cost involved, it will also be an economic multiplier and will also boost the nation's growth. It will also significantly blunt the political opposition, which has made unemployment and jobs a rallying cry during parliamentary and assembly elections. With camera person Premchand Mishra, Paulami Saha in Delhi for Business Today.